putting together an incredible season, now in double digits with 10 picks. It's the Desperados and the 49ers on EA Sports.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the San Francisco 49ers and our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he's got room. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Second and 4. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll look to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play advantage early?
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 15-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Back to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Desperados get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sand. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They've got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Dancing away at the 35. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now back to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Desperados are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt and get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Niners set to take over on offense.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 2nd and 9 now. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Desperados have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great work, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Taylor. is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
you don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2nd and 2. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because They want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. Able to pin on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Well, I think we got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin out in Houston. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Robbie Anderson, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. From there, we slide over to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, on the other side, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And this offense is set to go now to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the handoff, this is Taylor.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Another down on the scoreboard with the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
The option to give to Taylor here.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a give to Taylor. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Back to throw again. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his target, Samuel.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
2nd and 1. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
He's got the first down and more.
Touchdown 49ers. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. PAT up and good by Rosas as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And a short gain down to about the 33. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. And they take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the home team here, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.